The Federation's Advanced Biology Institute prided itself on maintaining the most controlled environment in the galaxy. Every variable was monitored, every risk calculated and mitigated. Life support systems operated at peak efficiency. The classroom where Professor Krell-9 taught was a sanctuary of order and predictability, until the Deathworlders arrived. There were 5 of them. 5 humans enrolled in the Exotic Physiology course, and they sat together in the back of the lecture hall like a predatory pack. Their instructor, a nervous ethereal being named Professor Krell-9, had been warned about this. Deathworlders were unpredictable. Dangerous. But the Federation insisted on integration, on understanding these terrifying newcomers. Today we discuss optimal environmental conditions for various species, Krell-9 began, his translucent form flickering with anxiety. The Zerathi require 47-degree temperatures with minimal humidity. The Frost Collective needs. A human named Sarah raised her hand. What's the temperature in here? 72 degrees, Krell-9 replied. Perfect for most species in attendance. It's freezing, another human, Marcus, muttered loudly enough for everyone to hear. The classroom suddenly felt colder than it actually was. Over the next hour, a series of small incidents occurred. One human brought lunch, actual biological matter that had to be killed and processed, and the herbivore students looked traumatized. Another human yawned, and the sound caused the crystalline student structures to vibrate uncomfortably. The most dangerous moment came when a human named Chen got a paper cut and calmly walked to the medical station as blood dripped onto the pristine floor. Is anyone going to die? Krell-9 asked weakly. Nah, it's just a paper cut, Chen said cheerfully. By the midpoint break, the alien students had huddled together in the corner, whispering frantically in their native languages. They'd heard stories about Deathworlders, worlds where the gravity could crush bones, where the very air itself could kill, where survival meant constant struggle. But experiencing it in person was different. Then the alarm sounded. The life support system malfunctioned. Oxygen levels dropped. Temperature spiked to dangerous levels. The alien students panicked, their emergency respiration systems kicking in. The crystalline students began fragmenting from thermal stress. The ethereal visitors started to dissipate into formless mist. The humans simply adapted. Sarah pulled off her jacket and fashioned it into a makeshift filter. Marcus immediately assessed the room's layout and located the emergency manual override, a system designed for extreme situations. Chen found the chemical containers in the biology lab and began mixing compounds to regulate temperature. Another human, Lisa, started helping the panicking alien students, her calm demeanor somehow more reassuring than any technology. What are you doing? Krell-9 asked, his voice barely a whisper. Surviving, Sarah answered, already helping redistribute oxygen through the classroom's auxiliary systems. On Earth, things break constantly. We have earthquakes, hurricanes, predators that want to eat us, diseases, accidents. We get very good at improvisation. The 5th human, James, was helping the crystalline students by wrapping them in insulating material he'd torn from the emergency supplies. Your species' physiology is fragile, he said without judgment, just stating fact. But you're smart. Trust us, we've done this before. Within 15 minutes, the humans had transformed the sterile classroom into a functional survival zone. They'd rigged the emergency systems, stabilized temperatures, created breathable air, and ensured all students remained alive and stable. They worked with efficiency born from thousands of years of survival on a hostile world. When the Federation repair team arrived and restored full systems, they found an extraordinary scene. The alien students huddled around their human classmates, who were calmly explaining survival techniques. A Zerathi was learning about temperature regulation. A Frost Collective member was being taught how to preserve heat. The crystalline students watched in fascination as humans demonstrated how to use limited resources creatively. Professor Krell-9 stared at his classroom in amazement. It was no longer a pristine, controlled academic space. It was messy, chaotic, and innovative. Your species, he said slowly to Sarah, you don't just survive. You thrive in chaos. Sarah smiled. On Earth, we call it Tuesday. The other humans laughed, a sound that made the crystalline students resonate with an almost musical harmony. Later, when Federation officials reviewed the incident, they made a surprising decision. They didn't remove the Deathworlders from the program. Instead, they started a new course, Survival Adaptation Techniques, taught by humans, for all species. Sometimes the most dangerous predators make the best teachers.